here's how much house you can get approved for today's 6.5% interest rate. First, let's figure out weekly. You're going to take your $18 you make every hour. You're going to multiply that by 40 hours in a week. That's going to give you $720 that you make every week. Now let's figure out yearly. You're going to take your $720 that you make every week. You're going to multiply that at 52 weeks in a year. It's going to give you $37,440 that you make every year. The bank doesn't really care about this number though as much as they care about your monthly gross income. So you're going to take your $37,440 you make every year. You're going to divide that by 12 months that are in your year. It's going to give you $3,120 you make every month. So most lenders allow you to use about 40% of your monthly gross income as your max house payments. You can take your $3,120 that you make every month. You're going to multiply that by 40%. That's going to give you $1,248 as your max house payment. And that's going to include mortgage, taxes, insurance, and PMI. So let's say you have $10,000 put aside, and that could be your own personal savings, your 401k, a rich uncle, a rich aunt, somebody wants to just give you money, lucky you, and you want to use that as your down payment for your closing costs. At today's 6.5% interest rates, you can get approved for around $145,000 a house. Now comment your hourly rate plus what state you're in, and I'll do yours next.
This is why millennials and Gen Zs are having a hard time buying a house. This house is listed for $425,000, and this is around the median home price. The payment out the door monthly is $3,100, and the median household income is $89,000. So this would cost about 42% of their gross income, which is not wise, and in most cases, they won't even qualify. But Freddie, look at this house. This isn't a starter home. This is luxury. But it was a starter home. Just 10 years ago, this exact same home sold for $228,000. And the monthly payment was just $1,400. So the median household income of $59,000 could get this starter home for just 29% of their gross income. It was beautiful. Today, to buy that same house, you would need a $130,000 salary for it to only be 29% of your income. So what's the other option if you don't make 130 but you make 89,000 as a median household income? You would have to buy a house that's only $280,000. Okay, but here's the problem. There's no homes available for under $300,000. The three that are in gray are actually townhomes. There is only one home in this entire area that's under $300,000. But when you look at 300 to 500, there's over 400 homes available. This is what happened to the housing market.
How much money do you actually need to make to buy a $250,000 house using a conventional loan? Let's say you put 5% down with the down payment of about $12,500, making your loan amount $237,500. In this scenario, we're going to put down 3% for closing costs, which is about $7,500. So right off the bat, you need about $20,000 for cash to close. And right now, the interest rate for a 30-year fixed loan is at 6.28%, making your monthly mortgage payment about $1,466.97. Of course, we can't forget about property taxes, homeowners insurance, and PMI, bringing our monthly payment close to $2,000, but not quite. Of course, we can't forget about our debt-to-income ratio, which our lender is going to use to qualify us for the mortgage loan. And in this scenario, we're going to use about 35%, bringing our grand total to about $5,594 for monthly income and about $67,130 for annual income needed to afford a $250,000 home using a conventional loan.